Angulo, 153.5 pounds on our unofficial scales, rehydrated to 166. The 34-year-old Alcine, 153.5 as well. He rehydrated to 162.5 pounds. Max, let's take a look at the 154-pound weight division, a very talented group.
Damn, I didn't know this division was so good till we did this graphic. I mean, here are guys who float around the division. Williams from welterweight to middleweight, but he's campaigned at junior middle. Sergio Martinez, so dangerous, couldn't get any fights at junior middle, is now the lineal middleweight champion of the world, having beaten Pavlik, but can still make 54. Cotto just beat Yuri Foreman at 54 for a belt, but can get down to 147, he's mentioned. And Kermit Cintron is a live dog against any of those guys. He's got speed and power. Alfredo Angulo, you're going to see tonight. In Zurich, undefeated belt holder, fights over in Europe. Yuri Foreman, as we mentioned, you saw him against Cotto, a courageous performance in a loss. And the longtime division stalwart boxer Corey Spinks.
Well, Angulo hopes to keep climbing up that chart. He's ready for action tonight as we send it to the ring. And our ring announcer for the evening, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Agua Caliente Casino Resort Spa here in Rancho Mirage, California, where tonight Gary Shaw Productions and Thompson Boxing are proud to present HBO Boxing After Dark, an evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. Sponsored by Lucas Oil, all bouts sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. This first contest brought to you in association with Don King Productions. At ringside, the three judges scoring this bout will be Kermit Bayless, Max DeLuca, and Dr. James Jenkin. And inside the ring, the referee in charge of the action at the bell, Dr. Lou Moret. And now, this is a WBC elimination contest for the official #1 ranking. 12 rounds of boxing in the super welterweight division. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with gold, officially weighing 153.5 pounds. His professional record, 32 victories, including 19 knockouts with only 1 defeat. Originally from Haiti, now living, training, and fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Joachim Alcine. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with silver, official weight also 153.5 pounds. His professional record, 18 victories, including 15 knockouts, with only 1 defeat. Damas y caballeros de Mexicali, Mexico, Alfredo Perro Angulo.
Okay, gentlemen, I give you your instruction in the dressing room. Shake hands, go to your corner, and wait the bell. Good luck.
Alcine told us yesterday that he suffered in training like never before for this fight, meaning that he's totally prepared. Everyone we've ever seen Angulo get in with has suffered some in the fight. He's never been in a bad fight, Alfredo Angulo.
And we begin round #1, scheduled for 12. Angulo with 4 first-round knockouts on his resume. Alcine with 3. You know, Angulo had this knowing smile yesterday when we sat and visited with him, and we visited with him a lot over the last couple of years as he's been a frequent competitor on HBO's Boxing After Dark, and he just seemed in a very relaxed state. You know, the strength and conditioning with Daryl Hudson, as you alluded to in the open, finding out ways to improve himself physically. But you got this sense mentally that he felt that he knew something that we didn't.
Well, I think part of that is he was clearly in less than his best, at less than his best for Kermit Cintron, a very talented fighter who fought the fight of his life so far and barely beat Angulo. He looked also less than his best against Joel Julio, as I mentioned at the top, and won. And Julio also fought a very good fight. So I suppose he feels that if he is at his best, Alcine doesn't represent a step up in competition. And so, although here we see Angulo, who's no stranger to contact, getting hit with a left hook.
You know, it was interesting, too, after his win against Harry Yorgi back in November, he went to Mexico, and then he stayed in Mexico for quite some time and relaxed a little bit and unwound, got rid of, you know, everybody in his group. It was just him. He made an interesting point. He said, you know what? I've never had a vacation. You know, he started working at the age of 8 in Mexicali, Mexico, washing windshields and delivering pizza and working in construction. And maybe that was the break that he needed just to get away from everything. Alcine holding the left arm and Angulo just throwing the right hand.
The referee doing a good job of not just breaking them, because Angulo is continuing to throw the punch with the right hand.
Good counter left, and now Alcine is hurt. Great combination by Angulo. Plenty of time left here in round 1. Hooks to the body, right hand gets through. Now Alcine tries to fight back and sends Angulo into the ropes.
You see Angulo not cooperating with Alcine, not cooperating in the clinch, continuing to throw not just showy shots, but hard punches.
Angulo's done a nice job even with Alcine hurt. He's gone to the body, combination, now to the head. Alcine fights back, Angulo with a combination, and that's it! It's over in the final seconds of the first round!
Good stoppage. Alcine was out on his feet, even with 1 second left. That was right on the money.
The hands came down after that left-right combination, and he couldn't defend himself. And Alfredo Angulo, with his 19th win, maybe his most impressive, his 16th stoppage against Joachim Alcine. Harold Letterman?
Bob, I got to tell you something. If you got one hand free, if a fighter's holding one hand and you got one hand free, punch with the free hand until the referee yells break. Alfredo Angulo did it beautifully. He hurt Joachim Alcine when, you know, they each were holding with one hand. He used the free hand. That's where he hurt him originally. And he just, you know, that really caused the stoppage.
And the holding actually kept Angulo in range to keep hitting him with that right hand.
Correct. He just, you know, he never stopped. Even though Alcine had one hand, he kept punching with the free hand. It eventually wore down Alcine, and he stopped him at the end of the round.
And then Angulo, knowing that Alcine was hurt, continually threw hooks to the body. And although Alcine did rally a little bit with some shots of his own, Angulo had measured the straight, hard punches. Very impressive as Angulo gets the stoppage in round 1. See the left and right combination. That hurt Alcine in the earlier parts of round number 1. Now we look at the end of the fight. Again, it's a combination. The left and the right straight. And watch, the right hook there, the left there. Now Alcine's hands are down. He's defenseless. He's out on his feet. He takes another right hand, and Lou Moret does the right thing and stops it. Doesn't have a clock in his head. He's just trying to protect the fighter. He didn't know there was 1 second to go in the round. He did the right thing. You see the left again, right there, the right hand flush, and Alcine was out on his feet. And then a left and a right for good measure, and Lou Moret, the veteran referee, stepped in and stopped this fight in round number 1. Another look at it again as Angulo was straight with his punches, knew he had Alcine hurt, and was on the mark. The left to the temple, the right was partially blocked, that left to the chin. Another left, and then watch the straight right there. And Alcine was out. Another right to the chin and a right to the head, and Lou Moret stepped in and stopped this in round number 1. For the official time of the stoppages, Angulo gets his 19th win and 16th stoppage. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dr. Lou Moret has to step in and call a halt to the bout. The official time, 2 minutes, 59 seconds of round number 1. The winner by knockout victory. And now, the WBC #1 ranked super welterweight in the world, Alfredo